So, you're on your spiritual journey. You're doing all the work. You've done it, right? But there's still something there. Something holding you back. Won't let you get past it. What do? And what is it? Most likely it's fear. Welcome to another episode of A Few Minutes with Marvin. I inspire those who aspire to make positive changes in their lives. And today I want to touch on the broad subject of what's still holding you back on your spiritual journey. What is keeping you from progressing? What is keeping you from breaking that glass ceiling, right? And breaking through some fear that's still holding you back, because let's face it, anything that's holding you back, whether it be a past life trauma, a childhood trauma, a disease, right? It's all fear, right? When you have these pains, you have to rush to the doctor, right? Oh no, what can it be? Why is that? And why you as a spiritual person, if you are a spiritual person watching this right now, why are you still holding on to those fears? Why are you still holding on to those things that won't let you move on, even though you know they're not letting you move on? You know? Is it, oh, you know what, it's just that one time that I did it, it's no big deal. And you're right, it's no big deal. You know when it's really not a big deal? When you can look at that situation and go, nah, not today. I don't need to be in that fear today. I don't need to believe that I'm sick because I can heal myself. That's when you really heal yourself. That's when you really move past that trauma, that, regression, right? Because, you have to go through all these experiences, right? And I appreciate that, and I do it constantly. I'm constantly having these tower moments. But instead of me psychoanalyzing it, or looking up a YouTube channel, or going to WebMD to figure this out, to allow somebody else to figure it out for me, I stop now and say, okay, this is happening for a reason. What is this pain in my side from? Because for me, 9 times out of 10, it's not an ailment, it's not a disease. It's something in my subliminal consciousness, or subconscious, right? That's what makes it subliminal. But it's not real pain. And thankfully, I'm to the point now where I don't experience much pain at all. But how do you get there? How do you convince yourself that it's not a symptom of hypochondria, right? That, that cycle that you're in. If I got a headache, it means something. If I have a toothache, it means something. I have to go to the dentist. I got to go have somebody else fix it. And it doesn't really only apply to medical. Why am I in that same relationship, right? I let that go. I sent that other person away with love, and I get another person that's just like that same person. That other person. Why do you think that is? It's a cycle, right? It's a lack of confidence. It's a lack of self-worth. You don't see that there's a ceiling there. It's called the upper limit. We all have it. We have an upper limit. And it's not caused by you, and it's not even caused by your spirituality. It's caused by all the events that have been in your life. The negative people, the people telling you what you could and couldn't do, or what you could and couldn't achieve, right? It's, when you're happy and when you're sad. Are you more happy than sad? Or do you laugh more, or do you cry more? All these things, right, over the span of your life, created an upper limit. So I've used this example before, and I'll use it again because it's relevant. I would have an amazing day, right? Just the best day ever. The next morning I'd wake up as if somebody hit me over the head with a bat and put me in depression. And I didn't know why. I'm like, my God, I just had the best day ever. Why am I not happy now? You know, and then you go through all the things that spiritual people do. You do the inner work. You talk to your inner child. You go to your heart center, right? You call on your angels or archangels or your guardian angels, on Supreme Being, you know, somebody else to give you that answer, right? Why? You know, the answer is already there, but it's something that you haven't seen yet, or something that you don't know about yet, right? Because it's not talked about on the regular channels, on the regular scene. You know, you have to go to a school like I did and pay thousands of dollars. But guess what? I'm grateful for that school, because I took what I needed from it, right? And this thing called the upper limit, I learned at the Awaken Academy. If you're interested in becoming a spiritual life coach, check out the Awaken Academy. You'll learn a lot, because it's all about fixing you first before you can even think about talking to somebody else as an expert. But anyway, the upper limit says that it's your ego, right? It's everything that you're trying to get rid of, that doesn't want to leave, right? All your negative aspects, all your past traumas, your past lives, your upset husband or wife or ex or whomever, right? It's all those things that are up here, right? And now you get really happy. One day you're ecstatic. I'm just the happiest I've ever been. Those energies recognize that if you stay in that happy land, they can't exist there anymore, right? Because you're not feeding them. You're not giving them the low vibrations that they want. So overnight, as you're sleeping, you know, and your subconscious takes over, they attack your subconscious. So the next day, you're back to square one. And a lot of the times, if you're not aware of it, you go down that road again. Woe is me, I can't do anything right, I had the best day yesterday, but look at now, right? They got you. So what do? And this is what I did. This is my story. One day I started once I learned about the upper limit, now it's in my awareness. So you have to make yourself aware of it. So one day when I was as happy as I could possibly be, and that next day I wake up and it's like, oh, I don't want to go to work, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. I stop myself and go, no, I do want to do that. I'm going to be of service when I go there. And I remember what made me really happy the day before, and I bring myself back to that place. Now that upper limit's going, no, you can't be here. And they're like, yeah, this is where I'm going to be. So once you do that one time, intend to do it every time. Because it's not those energies aren't going to go away just because you did it that one time, because they're going to keep needling you to do it again and again. So the way that you can reverse that and beat that fear, because it's all fear-based, is by every time it comes up, just a repetition of going, no, not this time. I'm not going to lower my frequency today. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to keep myself happy today, right? And then you're punching that glass ceiling, right? With every time that you do that, you're punching that glass ceiling. You're breaking out of that box, right? Until one day, you don't even realize it, right? One day you wake up happy, and the next day you wake up happy, and the next day you wake up happy. All of a sudden, that glass ceiling falls, but it doesn't fall on you. It turns out it wasn't glass at all. It was that candy stuff that they use in the movies when they throw people through those glass doors, right? You realize, oh wow, that tastes pretty good, sugar. And you don't even know that you've accomplished that, right? It's being aware of it, doing the work in the moment, every moment, until it becomes routine, right? You're breaking a habit. Now you break that glass ceiling, and that glass ceiling isn't there. Now find the next one. and start working on fixing that every now moment. Is it a pain in the ass? Yes, 100%. But what worth doing isn't, right? But how hard is it? It's not like you're punching a clock and having a, to carry 100 pounds of sand up the stairs every day, or if you're working on a roof, carrying that bundle that's so freaking heavy. I've done that. It's not that hard. It's just you have to remember, and you have to intend to be consistent and decide in a moment, no, not today. You're not going to win today. It's so important for you to start realizing that, because you're the only one that can change that for you. There's no magic pill that's gonna do that for you. If there was, everybody be taking a happy pill, a magic pill, and this world would be totally different. But we're all unique souls, right? We all have our own life purpose and soul mission. So think of that. When you're in a situation where you know it's going to repeat itself, or you catch yourself in it, right? You have to catch yourself. Make the decision, make the conscious decision to either continue to do that or to change it right then and there. Decide, no, not today. And you're going to see how your world shifts and changes. But you have to intend to do it every day. This is the, what I tell my clients. Some of the suggestions that I give them, right? In addition to other things, but it's homework. Do the homework. But you're not doing the homework for somebody else to grade you. You're not even wanting to grade yourself, because the intention here is to just stop doing it altogether without focusing on it, without knowing that you've gotten through it, right? Just one day go, wow, I don't think that way anymore, or I'm not unhappy anymore. It's just that light bulb moment because you've done the work. So I encourage you to set that intention for yourself, because even though you've done all the spiritual work and you're doing the yoga and you're doing the crystal work and the healing and anything else that you're doing that's really keeping you in a beautiful state, right? There's always maybe one thing that's such a habit in your life that you don't even see it. It's that one thing that's holding you back still, even though you've done all the other work. So it's about seeing those things, or not getting offended when somebody points it out to you, right? Like a life coach. And we don't point it out to you either. We make it so obvious through our questioning that you can't help but to go, oh wow, I'm keeping me there. Yeah. All right, so let's help you focus on that so that you can get yourself out of that. And then if there's another thing, all these things start coming into your awareness. So now you can fix them. So awareness it's so crucial in your elevation, right? In your desire to keep elevating your frequency. It's not so much about, oh, it's that, what is that? Yeah, I gotta do this, I gotta do Ho'oponopono, I gotta do this for it, I gotta get that crystal for it, I gotta do this moon ritual for it. Those things help, right? But there's gotta come time when they're not gonna be as effective, right? Because you're giving something else your power. It's when you stop and take back your power. Every now moment, every time it occurs, stopping yourself and being in that moment with that thing and making a conscious choice. Do I go down that road again today? Thunder. Or do I make a change right now? Consciously. Aware. Right? So I'm going to give you one thing that I learned when I was training to become a spiritual life coach, a transformational life coach, through the Diamond process. Veronica Krestow and Jason Frem showed me this. They call it the OCS statement. It is an obstacle clearing statement. And this is all based on awareness. So when you get to that awareness, let's say you didn't know that you were always judged your best friend for something they did, and it was so ingrained in you that you just did it every time you saw them or talked to them on the phone, and you didn't know that you were hurting that person, right? But they're still your friend because, you know, oh, it's just blah blah blah, she always says that to me, or he always treats me that way, or he always kids about that, right? Those are the things that are holding you back. So it's about being aware first, like, wow, look what I just said to that person again. You know, I don't want to do that anymore. So now it's not about forgiving that other person, it's about forgiving yourself, right? So the obstacle clearing statement goes like this: anywhere I bought into the belief that I have to judge so-and-so for so-and-so, I cancel, clear, and delete it. And I forgive myself completely, right? And do that with compassion. Put your hand to your chest, to your heart, and go, I forgive myself completely. And then the next time you're going to talk to that person and you're going to say it again, let's say you slip up and do it again. Anywhere I bought into the belief that I have to judge so-and-so for so-and-so, I cancel, clear, and delete it, and I completely forgive myself. Say that so much, but it just becomes a mantra and stops you in your tracks every single time, right? That's when you make that shift. And you're going to get to a point, because I use that thing, oh my God, last year I would say it about everything, and then you start realizing, man, I have to forgive myself for a lot of things. But then you get to the point where you'll realize, wait a minute, I didn't use the obstacle clearing statement this week because you didn't do anything that you deemed wasn't for somebody else's highest good or for your own highest good. It just went away. And that happened for me. And it was a couple weeks before I even noticed. And then I go, wow, I don't do that anymore. And that's it. But done. Awareness. Easy, right? Don't make it so complicated. I'm gonna, put the words right here on this video, that OCS statement. Use it. See if it helps in any way, shape, or form. And start thinking about that upper limit. You know, when something fantastic is going great in your life and something changes, start becoming aware of what made that change and start making a conscious decision every time to shift that. That's what it takes to get out of fear, because everything's fear-based. And even those pains, right? Some of those pains are fear-based. So one other thing that I'm going to give you is show yourself compassion in those moments, right? If you have a headache and you're saying it's a stress headache or it's a migraine, you know what really helps you get out of that? It's breathing, right? And not just breathing. Say to yourself, this pain is not due to an illness. It's due to something in my subconscious that's eating at me, that won't go away. So now you have to show that compassion by showing yourself compassion. So what you do is you put your hand on your heart, and your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your solar plexus chakra. I did this in my last video. It really works. So I won't go that deep into it. You can go back and check that out. But just take a deep breath, right? Close your eyes and put your eyes up into your third eye chakra, and just take deep breaths into that pain, right? Feel where that pain is, and intentionally take the breath into that pain. Hold it, and then tend to release that pain and sigh it out. Do that a few times, and if it's not a real disease or discomfort or something that's medically wrong with you, that pain will disappear. It's all about that intention and the awareness. So if you're having trouble, with your awareness and your attention, paying attention to what's causing these things, instead of going to the doctor, to get that prescription for your ADHD medication, I encourage you to look up a life coach instead. I am a spiritual transformation coach. If you're so inclined, hit me up for a free 30-minute decompression session so we can shine some light and make you aware of some of the things that are holding you back subliminally, subconsciously, so you can be aware of them in every now moment. And we'll teach you how to do some of these things so that you can start taking that back and breaking that glass ceiling, shattering that limiting belief in that upper limit, right? You can do it. You're worthy of doing it for yourself. And if you want to keep climbing up, vibrationally, you have to do it. But it's your choice. You can stay where you are, or you can do the work. So choose to do the work. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, leave me a comment. I'd love to, if you want to share your story, it helps other people. And it's your truth. It's not anybody else's truth, and we don't have to judge anybody who doesn't resonate with that truth, but you're free to share your truth, right? So share your truth, subscribe to my channel. It really helps other people get in alignment with these messages if it resonates with them, right? So that's how you can be of service too. That's all my intention is to be of service. So be of service to yourself. Be aware. Use the universal currency. It's called pay attention, right? Instead of paying somebody else, pay attention to yourself, to your body, to your thoughts, and you're gonna shatter that glass ceiling. So shatter that glass ceiling. Believe that there's no limiting beliefs, there's no upper limits, that you're limitless, and have an amazing day.